This is a Star Wars Action News Hypercast.
Hey everybody, Andrew here, and if you're like me, you are stuck at home right now during the lovely pandemic that is sweeping the nation. And if you're like me as well, you are trying to find something to do with all of your extra free time that you've got. I've seen lots of people post videos about stuff that they can do with their kids at home, but I was trying to figure out what I could do to help us big kids at home. So I thought that I would dive into the backlog of unboxed Hot Toys figures that I've got and open a few up for you on camera. So I'm going to start off with a set that came out in April of 2017. It's when it originally shipped. I'm way behind schedule. Obviously, I've got some more recent figures, but this one, for some reason, I just never opened. This is the Han Solo and Chewbacca set from The Force Awakens. So, for whatever reason, I just didn't open it. It might have had something to do with how I felt about the original trilogy Han and Chewbacca set. I wasn't too excited about the Chewie, and so maybe I just wasn't excited to open this, or maybe it's because it was on the bottom of a pile of other Hot Toys that I haven't gotten to yet, and I just kind of forgot about it. So anyway, let's go ahead and cut this one open, and we'll see what we think. It's also kind of fitting since we saw the Rise of Skywalker that I'm doing this one. I don't want to spoil anything in case any of you haven't seen the movie, but it is kind of fitting that I'd be opening up this set with that movie coming out soon on DVD. It's out now on digital, as many of you I know are already aware. There we go. Yep, classic box art of the two figures. Yep, I'm already looking at that shoe. I'm like, I don't know what I feel about that. Maybe it'll look better in person once it's out of the box. One can hope. Yeah, this is always the part that I like the most of the packaging. The nice picture on the inside, it's always a little bit more artistic. It's not all black and boring like the front of the box. So that's always nice. And there they are in the package. Be interesting to see how matted down Chewie's hair is since it's been in the box for so long. Well, let's see what we got. Now, I did mention that I wasn't too keen on the original Chewie. This is a different Chewbacca, though. They didn't use the same sculpt as the original, so it is a little different. Oh, right off the bat, his head is not attached. Isn't that nice? Poor Chewie. All right. There he is. He's tall. He is a big, hairy Wookiee. There he is on the back. He is a little matted. If you'll remember, the original Chewbacca did come with a comb. I'm not sure if this one does. We'll have to take a look and see. But this one's definitely going to need some grooming in order to get him to look halfway decent. He's not in his Sunday best at the moment. The head is... it's still not quite right. I hate to say it. I think it's the coconut mouth. I'm not really sure what to think of it, other than it's just not quite right. I think it's a little bit better than the first one. It's a little bit bigger too, a little wider. Maybe that's just his old age showing. Getting a little chunkier in the jowls. So he looks alright. Looks a little naked without his bandolier. That's in the bottom of the case, so we'll get to that here in a few minutes. But yeah, there's Chewie. He does come with looks like 4 extra hands, so 2 sets of hands. You've got a trigger finger and maybe another, oh, probably the hand to go underneath the bowcaster. Got a fist and kind of like a grabby hand, probably, I'm guessing, to hold one of the other accessories that we'll get to here in a minute. So that's nice. Speaking of bandolier, here it is. The Chekhov's bandolier from The Force Awakens. It's pretty shiny. There's a little bit of brushing detail on the top here, and the cross bar here that goes over looks very similar to the original. It's probably, I would imagine, the exact same sculpt that they used from the original. So that's the naked Chewie. Let's see. Oh, we do have another one of his accessories here. This is nice. It's the bandage, so you can put that on his arm, so he can whine to the doctor about how brave he was. Very brave. Yeah, here are the other accessories that I was talking about that he's probably meant to be holding with that one fist. He's got 3 thermal detonators, or bombs, I guess. I don't think they're actually thermal detonators. Explosive devices, incendiary devices. He's got 3 of those, so those are probably the ones that, yeah, fit nice and snug. That's really, really nice. Definitely formed to hold on to that ball. It's not coming out. So that's really nice. I like that. And of course, if you've got those, you also have to have a little detonator. Very plain, very boring. Although it is nice, they did put a little bit of a wash on it, so it looks like it's a little worn. Nice little detail. They could have just done just a straight up gray or silver finish on it, but it is nice that it's got a little wash. All right, so let's move on. The other figure that this is Old Man Han. Get some of his plastic on. Oh my goodness. The head sculpt is, wow, uncanny. If you'll remember the original Han, it was a little bit off. Looked a little bit like John Travolta from the early years. Not the current John Travolta, obviously. But this one looks exactly like current Harrison Ford. Wow, I'm really impressed with that face sculpt. It is spot on. Wow, that's impressive. That's the kind of precision that I expect from a hot toy, especially on the humans. Wow, yeah, I can't get over that. Pretty standard flexibility. Of course, he's older, so maybe it makes sense that he can't really get his hips up all the way. Other than that, very, very standard ankles. He's got a nice jacket that's really loose, so he can really get those arms up, which is really nice. Nice details on the belt with all his gadgets, his comm links. Extra ammo packs, probably. It does also come with several little cylinders that slide into his chest pockets there. That's nice. He's got pockets that actually are pockets. They aren't faux pockets. You can actually, I guess, put his hand in there if you really wanted. No, that's really, really slick. He also comes with some extra hands. 2 hands that are just his hands, like a relaxed pose. Could also be for holding one of the bombs. Let's see. It holds it, but it's not quite as snug as the Chewie one. And then we've got, of course, trigger finger. Pretty standard, what you would expect. And then you've got 4 gloved hands for his winter gear. 2 that are just, relaxed poses, And here we go, pointer finger, because you got to have the Harrison Ford pointing finger. Along with, I'll bet you this one's, yeah, that one's for the bomb. So those are good, those are nice. And of course, Han's trusty blaster, which we all know he got from Beckett in the Solo movie. Is that? Again, very standard, looks like all the other Han blasters that we've seen throughout years of Hot Toys. Let's see the height difference here. Oh, we got Han next to Chewie. Yeah, pretty good. It's pretty close to what you would expect. Let's see what else we've got in here. One thing that I do like about this set is that it's got a lot of accessories, so you can mix and match and really kind of make whatever scene you want when you go to display it. All right, so here we've got some clothing for Chewbacca, so we can put on his trusty bandolier and pouch. There. Now I don't feel so awkward around him. Now he's got clothes on. And to go along with the gloved hands, we also have Han's winter coat. So this is where I'm talking about how like you can really make whatever scene you want. You can have him in his leather jacket, same jacket, or you could put him in his poncho and have him Chewie complaining about how cold it is. It's got some really nice looking fasteners here, nice little detail. Looks like they're actually fasteners. You can actually pop them off. They're little snaps. Snap it back in. It's a nice detail. And a scarf to go around, keep his neck warm. The fabric is a little shinier actually than I would like. It's got a real sheen to it. Wish it was a little bit duller. Really makes it look almost like tent fabric as opposed to actual parka wear. Some fuzz around the collar. That's pretty. It of course also has the little pockets in here for those little metal rods. You can slide those in there for that detail. So that's the coat. And then, speaking of all the different ways you can display it, you can have them both. They both come with virtually identical stands. They're a little bit different because they each have their name on it. But you can do it on just the plain, ordinary, everyday stand with the Rebel insignia on it, or it also comes with this nice little accent that you can fit over the base so that it can look like they're in the snow. They've done these types of stands before. They did it with the Ray and BB-8 set, except with sand. But I like it because it's still a nice sturdy base, but it looks like they're in the snow. I always, me, I like my dynamic stands as opposed to just the ordinary plain stands. So here you can put him in his parka, and you can have him stand in the snow. There's one for Chewie as well, so you can have them both in the winter scenes on Starkiller Base. So those are the figures. I am a little underwhelmed by Chewbacca. I kind of expected I would be. He basically lived up to the expectation that I had. His face just isn't quite right. But the Han Solo figure is outstanding. It looks exactly like Harrison Ford. I have no complaints with that whatsoever. What really pushes this set over the edge is, like I said, all the accessories. You can dress them up any way you want. You can display them any way you want, and I think they will look really great together sitting on the shelf. So that's the first video that I've done during our quarantine. So look forward to some more of these coming down the road. I'll try to get out as many as I can. I have quite the backlog. So yeah, stay tuned, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for watching. Please check out some of our other videos, and you can hear hundreds of Star Wars collecting podcasts and see photo galleries at our site, swactionnews.com.